You're watching Moby Mike Pumpkins on YouTube. Okay, 2501 Burnstrom. If you can see, there's a leaf kind of tucked underneath there. I could cut that off, but it's kind of preventing it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten this plant out, and I'm going to dig where that leaf is and get that kind of flush. And you might be able to bury a vine or two. And then this thing's kind of angled. We'll have to move the grow light back a little bit, but doing good. Leaves are pretty good sized. Let me go around to the other side. I gave these things a pretty good dose of fish the other day, and you know, there's my hand is about 7 inches, so about 14, 15 inches across, which ain't bad. For a plant this size, it's starting to get big, and plus I don't think the leaf's done growing, so I'm just gonna back off the nitrogen a little bit, keep her under control, and we should be fine. Look at that thing, it's going that way. I wanna try and tilt her back that way. It's probably trying to grow around the grow light, I don't know. We'll try and bring her back that way, we'll dig that in, and then we should be good. I'm gonna get some more compost in here because that worked good on the other one. About like 10 scoops or so, like 5 gallons worth of compost. So we'll bring some in. We'll try and like kind of temporarily bury some vines there. I don't want to cover up the secondaries, but just enough to maybe get it rooting on the bottom and put an extra couple scoops in here and it should be awesome. All right, we got our new trolling motor installed. Pretty sweet. Check this out. It's got a little map light, you know, in case we need to check fertilizer recipe. You bet. Battery indicator. Boom. So this one, look how close it gets right to the bottom. I gotta rinse this tank out yet, but right to the bottom, so I could mix a half tank if I want to. Now my previous one that I have, look at that thing. It's hard to see, but it's like halfway up. So I think I can take this off and gain a couple inches. And then also, I could probably take this top mount off and then it'll just go down. So I think I can gain 6, because I'd like to do it where I can make a half a batch at a time. Like right now with this one, it's like I almost got to make a whole batch, water half of it, and then water half again. So I'm going to see what I can do to get this one a little lower in the tank so it's a little more useful, because that's going to be nice on that one where I can just mix up a half a tank at a time. Just going to mix up what I want to water for the day and completely drain it. So we'll see what we can do to get a lowrider kit on that one so we can get her down there a little bit. So we'll work on that. There we go, folks. I figured out a way to lower that down about 8 inches. We popped that thing off, and then I took and I flipped the bracket 90 degrees. So like if that was on your boat, it'd be sticking straight up in the air. So the unconventional way to mount it, but that allowed us to get it down deep. I could only go about another couple inches, but that should be enough to be able to do half batches. Like I said, that one's a longer shaft. That one's probably got 12 inches longer shaft. So improving the water tanks. I still got pumps to hook up. We'll do that probably tomorrow or this weekend. I get some strapping. I want to strap them things down, get that battery kind of tied up. Jumper cables, connections off another trolling motor I got for free, and had double cables on it, and the one's cables wasn't short enough, the other ones were bolt on. So anyway, that worked out good. I spliced them all together. Probably just wrap them up in tape a little bit, or just keep them propped up like that. Should be good. And we got a float. Put a float in this tank. So we got to rinse all these tanks out again. The pump's hooked up, and then we want to hook up this headers here. So when I get some strapping, I want to strap these pumps down, and I want to get a treated piece of plywood. I got some treated plywood. We'll get that mounted on there. We'll get them headers mounted on there, and then we'll get lines run to the patch. I weed eated the patch today, so we still got the cover crop growing, or as I call it, weeds. Anyway, I'm not ready to spray all this yet because it'll be a while before the plant gets there. We got about another week in the hoop yet, and then the hoops will come off. But you can see I kind of got a area around there sprayed. So this weekend we'll probably just spray another maybe couple feet that's already cleared, and we'll just keep kind of moving outwards. And then once they really start going, we'll probably just spray the whole patch then. But yeah, so really, you know, I spread a bunch of organic fertilizer and micronutrients, and these weeds are taking that in, chopping it down, and we're just recycling those nutrients. So all those good nutrients I spread, they're in these weeds, and then they'll break down and release later, and we'll have nutrients available for the plant throughout the year, so nothing's getting washed away where we're at right now. All right, guys, it's May 17th. I'm gonna do a little bit of a mod. See the plant here, it wants to like grow around the grow light. The other plant's doing it too. It's pretty close. This one I can't get as far back because I'm running out of cord, but I got the 2 center posts here. I'm gonna drill some holes in them, and we'll hang the light. It'll look over the middle of the plant, then you can kind of see through the plastic. So I'm going the 2 center posts going down. Then I got some more room there. Only got probably about a week and that'll be hit the end. And even then, I don't even know I'll make a week, because I'll probably have to even slide that ahead a little bit. I kind of put it back so I'm not trampling right next there. So, and then this one's even further along. This one's probably dang near hitting the light. Let's go take a look, see what we got, get them lights hung up when we got a little more time with them. What do we got there? Yep. Same thing, it's trying to grow around the light. So we'll square that up. I want to cut that leaf off. See how that leaf is centered on that thing there? That goes out in the wind, it'll just rip it off. I might try and leave that secondary on there, we'll see. But so we'll get that light hung up in there, and then get that squared away. And yeah, we're not too long on this. This one's, we're gonna have to slide that hut ahead here real soon on this one. So there you go. There we got the grow light hanging on the 2501. I did a rough measurement, it's about 5 feet. So we got 8 feet in this hoop. So we still got 3 feet. We'll scooch this up close to the back. We'll maybe even angle it. So we should be good for a few more days. So grow lights are up. This one's a little closer than the other one, but that's fine. It's actually probably about the same height, but these leaves are just a little taller. So yeah, 2501 is 5 feet. I just measured it. The 2520 is 4 feet. So it's a little shorter, but the 2520 has longer secondaries on it. So all in all, I'd say they're about even. Maybe this one's a little bit bigger. All right, we got a ton of stuff done on the water tanks. We're basically pretty much got it set up. We got both pumps in place. So like I said, this one's going to be for pumpkin number 1. This one will be for pumpkin number 2. Same with this tank is pumpkin number 2. That's pumpkin number 1. So these are the water fill tanks on the left and right side. The center tanks are mixing tanks. So then each tank has a mixer, has a pump. And then if you come over here, then we got our outlet headers. So then like the pumpkin number 2 here has just one valve to turn all 3 sprinklers on, and this one has a valve for each sprinkler. I might switch the top one to a single valve as long as that's working. We should have a couple more PSI to hopefully have the sprinklers work perfectly. Most of the time I'll be initiating them, and we won't be using electronic ones, but we will get that all hooked up. I see I got one little leak there we gotta fix. So here's the float for the tank. There's an anti-siphon on there, and I wonder if the pressure, like once I get all the way here from the house, isn't enough to like close up the anti-siphon. So it kind of squirting out, leaking on the tote. So I just threw a little piece of plastic around it. Got another valve here. We'll put a short hose on. That'll be for like filling the sprayer, rinsing out whatever, fertilizer jugs and stuff. And then same here, we've got another float here for this pumpkin. So this hose just made a hose over there. I slid the hoop ahead with Charlie's plant. You know, it's probably only about 7-8 inches on that side, but about a foot on that. Slid it forward. It was just about 2 inches away from the end. That's about all the further I can slide it forward without hitting the leaf, because if this is like straight up, you can see it basically touching the leaf there. So this one's only got about 2 days left. Otherwise, we'll have to go to a bigger hoop, which I'm probably not going to do. The weather, I think, is going to be okay. I mean, it ain't going to be great, but it'll be all right. Yeah, so I didn't even really like seal up the bottom all that good. Good enough. And then 2520, we'll probably have to slide that ahead in a couple days when we pull this one. And then, so this one's probably, that one's probably more like 4 to 6 days coming out of the hoop, and this one's 2 to probably 3 max. So right on. So you've heard of the red light district. This is it's kind of the blue light district. My neighbors said they could see the lights. There's like blue purpley lights. See in your backyard. They knew it was the pumpkins. All right, I got a nice big leaf off the 2501 Barons. We're gonna check the sap pH, see where we're at on that. So I got the plants just jammed in the hoops. Let's go up there. Let's take a look. Here we got the 2520. I got basically 3. I got that side vine there almost hitting. I got that one wrapped around. I got that side vine there almost hitting, that one wrapped around. Got a bunch of side vines. Not much space left, but this one's more wider than the 2501. Let's go check that out. This one I got curled up in here. I got her curled there, but basically I need to make it till tomorrow evening. But that giant leaf was right there in that opening. It was huge, but you can see, let me go to the other side. I should have showed you this beforehand, but see, it came right out of the top of the vine there. And with that wind, if that blows, it could crack it. I'm risking it on that secondaries coming out of the top too. But I think once that bends down, it'll be good. But big old leaves and wind, they can crack your vine up. So anyway, this one doesn't have near the secondaries. It's not bad. I got one back here. And where's that other one at? But yeah, you can see they're about half the size of the other one, but it's a lot longer vine. I'd venture to guess this plant is a foot longer, but if you added all the vines up, the 2520 would have probably more feet of vines. So anyway, I'll be excited. I think tomorrow night around 7 or 8, the wind will die down. I'll get these hoops off. We'll get them staked up. I'll get them all buried. Like, I can't really bury this one because I need to straighten it back out. So anyway, let's go check that sap pH. And if I do what I think I'm going to do, I've probably got like 2 hours of footage yet. You're probably 2 hours into the video watching this going, Mike, is this ever going to end? I don't know. It just never ends. Never ends. Let's check this out. All right, we're at a 6.5 sap pH, which I got a smiley face. So rock and roll. Let's go. Good to go. I thought maybe I'd be a little high on pH because I thought the plant looked like it's high on nitrogen. It's got big leaves, but it says it's good. So we'll keep on keeping on, man. Hey, little guy, do you remember that book, Ralph and the Motorcycle? Do you? Huh? Ralph and the Motorcycle? Remember you riding that motorcycle around and stuff? That's pretty cool. Okay, well, have a good day. All right, wind fence is up. I forget how long that takes. It really only took an hour, so that's pretty good. So I have to stake down the bottom yet, but that's not a big deal. Let's just keep the woodchucks out. But wind fence is up. We got 25, 30 mile an hour winds. That's what we're holding the hoops on till tomorrow evening, about 8 o'clock. We can get them off, and we're done. Then we're fenced in, and the wife and the dog, they seen a woodchuck this morning. The dog didn't quite get it, but she's got a few before, so that woodchuck better watch out or Peaches will get it. So overcast now. It's about 4 p.m. I'm probably going to close these up, go to Menards, and work on the old clubhouse here. So talk to you guys later. Had some wind rip through here. We got both ends of the hoops undone. We'll get that fixed up here. Still blowing pretty good, but it was probably like 50 mile an hour. Now it's probably only 30. We'll get them fixed up. All right, we got them fixed up. I got some, that one ripped a big hole in the back, so that's why both of these, the doors were ripped open and then the top was down. Didn't hurt nothing. Got them all fixed up. That one probably ripped open because there's a big hole in the back. We taped that up. There's holes in the top, taped all them. And then I kind of put a piece of tape or two on each one on the top just to try and hold it on. That tape I got's really sticky on this. Now it's starting to sprinkle again, but hopefully that'll hold them together. I think the front of the storm is kind of come through, but it's supposed to be like 30 mile an hour winds for like the next 20 hours, 24 hours, till like 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So then these hoops, you know, tomorrow we'll have to open them so they get beat up even more here. It's fine. The rain on the radar petered out, but the whole wind with the storm is still moving, even though there's like not precipitation with it anymore, which is weird. But there's more stuff coming up from Iowa. Been talking to Pete, and he's like in warning till 9. I'm in warning till like midnight, but he might be suspected to get up to like 90 mile an hour straight line winds. We're supposed to be like 20 gusting 30, which is probably what's going on here right now. Doesn't look too bad, but it's pretty windy. But when this storm came through, I know we were definitely pushing 50. I was afraid these hoops were going to lift off, but I screwed them down extra good today, and then I put this wind fence up. I know it doesn't seem like a lot. It's actually a snow fence, but it does help a lot with the plants. With the greenhouses, probably not, because they're just a really big sitting duck. So just keep an eye on these from the house. Should be good. My barn didn't blow down, so we're afraid that's always going to fall in, but hey, it took 50 mile an hour, no problem. All right, it's about 9:30. They lifted the severe thunderstorm warning for the area and the tornado warning. Oh, there's a little thunder. Just out here checking. You know, some growers not as serious as me. They told me they'd wait in the morning and see what the damage is, but I'm real serious, so I like to get out here and see what's going on, you know what I mean? Take a look at these bad boys. They're all sealed up. They're all taped up. Good to go. Good to go. Looking good. Looking good. 2501 Burnstrom outside the hoop. Not looking too bad. Had one goofy vine I had to cut off. And then the vine twisted. So it's like there's one here. There should be about 2 here, but there isn't one till up there because one was bad and one flipped over to the other side. So and then these vines, they're pretty, there's a couple decent ones here, but they're a little tight trying to get them to move around there a little bit. But this plant's about 8 feet long, solid 8 feet, and looking pretty decent. So we got everything buried up now outside of the hoop. We'll come back, hit a little weeding up, but this whole patch is sprayed with Roundup now, so should be good. So this guy, 2520 Schmidt, we got, you know, secondary coming back, looking real nice. This side, this one's doesn't want to go down, but then this one, I kinked it. Some people would run that. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a day or two, and if it does okay, I don't know. I hate it. I'm gonna probably cut it off. But see, that one back there is being goofball too, hanging up in the air and being all stiff and stuff. So this plant, while not near as long, definitely got more going on with the side vines. Like there's 3 really strong side vines on this side, where that one don't have any. And then this side would be okay. This side would be awesome if I didn't kink that one, but it just, the first couple vines, when the plant lays down, it twists and whatnot, and sometimes they come out the top and whatnot, and just is what it is. So this plant's probably like 7 feet, but better secondary is looking good.